Hey Grand Center family, Pastor Bob here. It's great to be with you this morning. This is November the 7th. This week is the week of Remembrance Day, where our country sets a day apart. It's kind of cool because this morning we're going to practice some remembrance as we have communion. But the 11th is set aside as a national holiday, and it's called a Remembrance Day. We remember the cost of our freedom, we remember the sacrifice people made, and we mark what it is that we've had to enjoy. You know, I don't know if there's ever been a time that I've heard so much conversation around our freedoms. Freedoms that we perhaps have taken advantage of or that we feel are being encroached on. And all of a sudden what it's exposed is this deeply held value, this thing that we appreciate. And the 11th is a day to remember the cost of that freedom. That people went and laid their lives down and sacrificed and left families, and they sent loved ones, and they fought not just for your individual rights, but for us collectively to enjoy a society where we could enjoy those freedoms and practice our faith. So on November 11th, we're going to do something that I think the Bible instructs us to do. Over and over in Scripture, it says that we can begin to forget. Peter talks about it when he says, I intend to always remind you, and I stir you up by way of reminder. And in Deuteronomy, it talks, take care lest you forget. In 1 Corinthians 10, it says these things they took place and were written down as examples for us to learn from. And so without remembering the what and the why and the cost, and giving thanks for that, and then acknowledging there's those today who guard the gate and who lay their lives down for our very freedom, we aren't doing what the Scriptures command us to do. It's interesting that as humans, when we want to remember something, we try and mark it. We try and put up some kind of a memorial, a stone. You go to some of the cenotaphs and they're granite or stone of some kind. You go to a cemetery and you have these markers where people's remains lay that mark the significance of their life and the things that were important to them. And it said, here lies, right? And so we were trying to think, how could we encourage you on the 11th in an age where we can't have big gatherings to come together? And we took a page out of Joshua. In Joshua chapter 4, verses 6 to 7, it says that they're to take stones up as they cross the river, one for each tribe, and pile them up. And it says that they may be a sign to you, and that when your children ask in time to come, what do these stones mean to you? Then you shall tell them that the waters of the Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over the Jordan, the waters of the Jordan were cut off. So these stones shall be to the people of Israel a memorial forever. So here's what we'd like to do. When I'm done talking, there's going to be a moment of silence. But here at the front of the church today, there are a bunch of rocks that are just painted like this. They said, lest we forget. And if you're here in the service, you can take one with you for your family. And if you're not here, we're going to put some on the doorstep outside the church. And you're welcome to come by and get one. And on the 11th, to take your family, to go with someone. You can go to a cenotaph. You could go to a graveside of someone who served. And I want you to take and place a stone as a memorial and a reminder. I want you to first thank God for the way He's looked after our land and the freedoms that we have enjoyed. I want you to take a minute to talk about what they mean to you, and then you need to pray for our future and pray for those who are actively laying their lives down. And I just know that that act of remembering, that little symbol will mean a great deal to you. It'll remind you of what's important, and it'll refocus you on the fact that God's in charge. Man, I'm glad we live in this town, happy to honor the military members in this way, and we hope that you participate us as we remember together. Now join me in a moment of silence.